Hi, third grade. It's Miss Petersen again. I know we did some different review on letters yesterday, but today we're going to put that review into practice. So we're going to practice a couple of different words, starting with A to see how we're able to connect them. And then we're going to move on to practicing some different letters like O and E. So let's go ahead and get started. This word, ant. Now this is the bug, not a family member, because the family member is spelled A-U-N-T. So we're going to curve all the way up to the top, come down, and then we're going to connect to the N, and then go on to the T. Now I have a relaxed grip when I write, so make sure that you do too if you're following along. And we're going to do this 4 times, just like that. Now let's move on to the next word, which is at. Starting at the top, then we also have to go all the way for the T. You might use cursive in the 4th grade. You might not. Either way, it's good to know how to read it. And if you ever have to use it, it's good to know too. Here's our next word for and. And it's good to space out your letters too, so they're even more legible. Now, legible means able to read. And teachers like handwriting that's legible. Here is our next word with on. Now, notice how with the capital O, this short arm doesn't connect to the next one. So I'm going to curve all the way down, come out and around, and then pick up my pencil for the next letter. All the way down, down and around, next letter. All the way down, around, and one final word. Moving on to this next one. This one has the letter X in it, which is pretty important, so you have to pick up your pencil to make the X, or pen. I'm using a pen today, so it's easier for you to see. So you're curving down and around. Then I pick up my pencil, and then remember, to make the X, I curve, and I'm going to connect to the next letter, which was E, and then I picked up my pencil to make the straight line through. Curve all the way down and around. Then we make a curve, E, N, straight through. Curve, just like that. Maybe some of you have seen oxen before. I've just seen it in the zoo. I haven't seen them in the wild. Our next word is off. Curve up like this. Then we do a tall F, come down. Curve up, around, down, down. Then we curve up to the top, down through the base, down and out, up to the top, down through the base, to the right and out. I'm separating them because it's hard for me to do it as I talk to you guys. Just like that. Let's move on to our next page, where we're going to do some C and E practice. So this first word is cat. Now, capital C connects to the next letter, so it's pretty easy. Just like this. Then we move on to cap. C is one of the easier ones, I think. And then onto can. The A, and then I like to make my N here a little bit sharp so it's easier to read. Just like that. Now let's move on to our next capital letter practice, which is E. Remember, that's a backwards 3, and then you connect it to the next letter. Backwards 3, backwards 3. Okay. And then we have the word end. And just like before, I like to make my ends a little sharp instead of a little more loopy like this. I like to make them so it's easier to read, just like that. And then ebb. Now these, they're a little bit tricky, but I'll help you out. Backwards 3, connect to a tall loop, come down, up to the midline, out. Then you'll connect to the next one. Up to the top line, down, up to the midline, straight arm out, top line, baseline, midline, out. And it's really important to have that straight arm, otherwise it looks like an L. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys were following along, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, third grade.